about the respiratory organs. Means the organs which help in the respiration, they are called respiratory organs. Means in them the organs are developed for the respiration process. Okay, here in different animals the different respiratory organs are present, like protozoans, that invertebrates, they contain different types of respiratory organs, and vertebrates, they contain different types of organisms. Okay, here the mechanism of breathing different in animals due to their habits and levels of organization. Means here the mechanism of breathing means breathing process is different in different animals, based on the habits, means where they live and where they are present, that depend on the habits and levels of organization. What are the levels of organization? Cellular organization and tissue grade level and organ level. Okay, here these are the levels of organization. Okay, here based on the habits and levels of organization, the animals, different animals contain the different mechanisms of breathing. Okay, and like protozoans and sponges. Protozoans example amoeba. Okay, amoeba. Sponges, okay, sponges and Cnidarians, they are hydra and flatworms. They respire through the exchange of simple diffusion. Means through the simple diffusion, means through the body wall, they exchange the gases. That is called as a simple diffusion. Okay, by the body surface they respire. And next in earthworms. Okay, that is which phylum? That are Annelida. Okay, Annelida. That earthworms, they respire through the moist body wall. Means their body is always moist. The body wall will always in the moist. Okay, they help in the respiration. Next in insects, they contain the network of tubes. They contain network of tubes. Okay, uh, tubes, that is called as tracheal system. Okay, they contain the tube like structures. These are trachea, and these are again that are divided into tracheoles, trachea and tracheoles. These are present in the insects. They respire through the tracheal system. And next in spiders and scorpions, they respire through the book lungs. Okay, their respiratory organs contain like this. Means they look like a book like structures, so they are called as book lungs. They are aerial respiration. Means they are not present in the water. They are aerial respiration. Next, in the special vascular structures, in some animals, special vascular means they contain the blood supply. Okay, special vascular structures that are gills. What are they? Gills. In the aquatic arthropods and mollusks, they respire through the gills. And next, vascular bag like structures, they are called as lungs. Okay, here vascular bags, they contain these are the lungs. Okay, they respire through the lungs. They are in the terrestrial animals. Means terrestrial means which live on land. They are called as terrestrial animals. In that animals, they respire through the lungs. And next in fishes, the fishes and larvae of amphibians. Amphibians means which live in water and on land. They are called as amphibians. The larvae of amphibians, like a tadpole of a frog, that respire through the gills. Means fishes and these larvae are present in the water, so they respire through the gills. Already we know that here they respire through the gills. Now here aquatic arthropods and these they respire through the gills. Here these fishes and larvae of amphibians also, they respire through the gills. And next, reptiles like snakes, lizards and birds, and mammals, they respire through the lungs. Okay, and next amphibians. Amphibians means the animals which live in water and on land. They are called as amphibians, like frogs. They respire by two types, by the moist skin and lungs, through lungs. When they are present in water, they respire through the moist skin. When they are on land, they respire through the lungs. Human respiratory system means in them what are the organs are present in the human respiratory system. First one is external nostrils, means here on the in the nose, these are called as external nostrils. A pair of external nostrils opens out above our upper lip, means above upper lips, two nostrils, external nostrils are opened. That are the first part of the respiratory system. Next, nasal chamber means that external nostrils are opened into the nasal chamber. Okay, that lie above the palate and separated from each other by the nasal septum. Okay, means here it is called as nasal septum. Inside that are separated by the nasal septum. And next, nasal chamber that has three parts. Mainly in the nasal chamber that contain the three parts. What are the vestibular part, respiratory part and olfactory part? What are the vestibular part, respiratory part and olfactory part? Vestibular part that contain hair. Okay, that inside our nostrils, so we can feel that they contain small hair. Okay, and they also contain the sebaceous glands. They prevent the entry of dust particles. Okay, they prevent the dust particles. They stop the dust particles, okay, which are entered into the through external nostrils. And next, respiratory part. Okay, it involved in the conditioning temperature of inhalation, means they make the temperature, they regulate the temperature in our nose. That is the respiratory part. For that purpose, for the conditioning of temperature, that is that are supported by three thin twisted bony plates. What are they? Thin twisted bony plates. They are called as turbinals or concave. Okay, what are they? Turbinals or concave. And next, here olfactory, third part is the olfactory part, that lined by an olfactory epithelium, that are formed from the epithelium, olfactory epithelium. What is the function of that one? They detect the sense of smell. Okay, they detect means we can sense the smell of the food items, smell of the substances with the help of this olfactory part. Next, nasopharynx. This part is opened into the nasopharynx. Okay, through a pair of internal nostrils. Means here inside these are the external nostrils, means that are opened into the nostril chamber. Again inside that contain the internal nostrils. Through that internal nostrils that are opened into the nasopharynx. Okay, nasopharynx, it is the upper portion of the pharynx, means pharynx region. In the digestive system already we learned that one. It contained in this region that contain the food pipe and air pipe. Okay, wind pipe. Here in this region, this portion is called as a pharynx region. This upper portion, first portion is called as upper portion is of pharynx is called as nasopharynx. Okay, this nasopharynx is opened into the larynx. Larynx is called voice box. The part is the larynx. Okay, that is made with cartilaginous. Okay, cartilage. The cartilaginous box which helps in sound production, means it with the help of these cartilaginous, they produce the sound. That is also called as a voice box, means larynx also called as a voice box. Okay, and next, here the wall of the larynx supported by 9 cartilages. Okay, here it contains the 9 cartilages. What are they? Thyroid, cricoid, epiglottis. They are unpaired cartilages. Okay, they are unpaired, means they are single. And next, corniculate cartilages, arytenoid cuneiform cartilages, and these are the paired cartilages. Okay, corniculate cartilages and arytenoid and cuneiform cartilages are paired cartilages. And next, epiglottis. Epiglottis, it is the thin leaf like elastic cartilaginous flap. It looks like a flap leaf like structure which is attached to the thyroid cartilage, which is attached to the thyroid cartilage. Okay, what is the function of that one? That prevent the entry of food into the larynx. Okay, larynx through glottis, means here in the pharynx region, it is the food pipe and it is the wind pipe. Here epiglottis is a flap like structure, leaf like a flap like structure, which prevent the entry of food into the larynx. Okay, here they prevent the entry of food into the larynx, that is called as epiglottis. Here that is at the site of a glottis region. Next, here in this region, yellow elastic fibers which connect the thyroid and arytenoid cartilages. Here in the thyroid and carotenoid cartilages, they are attached to the arytenoid cartilage. They contain vocal cords or vocal folds. Okay, here the midventral part of thyroid cartilage, means here in this region, okay, midventral part of the thyroid cartilage, here they contain laryngeal prominence. What is that? Laryngeal prominence. That is called as Adam's apple in males. Okay, means here it in males they contain the in this region laryngeal prominence is large, that is called as Adam's apple. And next, in males, vocal cords. Here the vocal cords are present, na? The yellow elastic fibers. Okay, that vocal cords are thicker and longer. Okay, in males they are thick and long. They produce the low pitch voice. In the males, they contain the low pitch voice. And in women and children, their vocal cords are short. Okay, their vocal cords are short. They produce the high pitch voice. In the males, they contain the low pitch voice. In a female and in children, they contain the high pitch voice.